Okay, so picture this. You're scrambling for a last-minute birthday gift. Happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah.
You find the perfect thing online,
Mm-hmm.
click buy now, and breathe a sigh of relief.
Right.
But what if that simple act of online shopping just opened the door for a hacker to waltz right into your accounts?
That's what's so interesting about this week's deep dive.
Yeah.
We go through the motions of online shopping without a second thought, but these sources really unpack the hidden risks to our data.
Yeah, and they don't just talk about it in theory either.
Right.
There's this story about a customer,
Mm-hmm.
let's call him Alex,
Okay.
who got a security notification after a purchase.
Right.
You know, the kind that says, like, did you just try to log in?
Yeah, yeah.
Alex brushed it off as a glitch and went about their day.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it wasn't a glitch.
Oh.
It was a hacker getting ready to drain their bank account.
This case of the compromised customer, as the source calls it, is a stark reminder that anyone can become a target. It doesn't matter how tech-savvy you are. If your security practices are weak, you're vulnerable.
Which brings us to, I think, like the first line of defense.
Right.
Passwords.
Yeah.
We all know the drill. They should be strong, unique, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, in the chaos of life, who hasn't used password 123 at some point?
Right.
Or worse, used the same password for multiple accounts.
And that's where things get really risky.
Yeah.
The sources compare password reuse to using the same key for your house and your car.
Oh, okay.
If someone gets their hands on that one key, they've hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
One data breach, and suddenly all your accounts are compromised.
They had this clever tip for creating strong yet memorable passwords.
Okay.
Instead of random gibberish, they suggest using a phrase only you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my first dog loved pizza in 2005.
Right.
Turn that into MFDLP 2005. And boom,
Yeah.
you've got yourself a strong, unique password that's way harder to crack.
And to manage this arsenal of unique passwords, a password manager is a game changer.
Okay.
Think of it like a secure digital vault for all your keys.
Okay. Yeah.
You only need to remember one master password, and it keeps everything else organized and locked down tight.
Mm-hmm.
Had Alex used a password manager, that hacker wouldn't have been able to access their other accounts, even if they did manage to snag the password for one.
So we've built ourselves a Fort Knox password.
Yes.
But the sources suggest even that might not be enough.
Right.
That's where this whole multi-factor authentication thing comes in, right?
Exactly. MFA is like having a bodyguard for your accounts.
Oh.
Even if someone manages to swipe your password, it adds those extra layers of security.
Okay.
Think of it like an ATM. You need both your physical card and your PIN to access your account.
Yeah.
The password is the card, the something you know.
Okay.
But then MFA requires that second factor, the something you have, like a code from an app on your phone or a fingerprint scan.
So even if someone gets their hands on your password, they're still locked out without that second factor.
Exactly.
In Alex's case, if they'd had MFA enabled, that initial security notification would have been a minor inconvenience instead of a gateway for a hacker.
Precisely. That's the beauty of MFA.
Yeah.
It's all about adding those layers of protection, making it exponentially harder for hackers to succeed.
Okay, so we've got our Fort Knox passwords, our bodyguard MFA.
Right.
But even with all that, Alex still fell victim.
Right.
The sources mentioned something about phishing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just like a fancy word for spam?
Kinda. It's in the same family as spam, for sure. But phishing is more targeted and a lot sneakier. Imagine this.
Okay.
You get an email that looks exactly like it's from your bank.
Mm-hmm.
Same logo, same formatting.
Right.
Even the same tone they always use.
Yeah.
It says there's been suspicious activity on your account.
Oh, no.
And you need to click this link to verify your info.
Okay.
You're concerned. So you click and bam, you've just been hooked by a phishing scam.
So in Alex's case, maybe the hacker sent a fake email that looked like it was from the online store,
Right.
tricking them into giving up their login info.
Exactly.
And because Alex didn't have that MFA backup,
Right.
the hacker was home free.
These phishing emails are crafted to look legitimate.
Yeah.
They prey on our trust
Yep.
and, honestly, our busy lives.
Right.
They know we're more likely to click first,
Right.
think later when we're stressed or in a hurry.
Right.
And think about how many online accounts we have these days.
So many.
It's easy to let your guard down.
So how do we spot these digital con artists?
Right.
Besides being inherently suspicious of any email that mentions $1 million, of course.
The sources highlight a few key things to watch out for.
Okay.
First up, Check the sender's email address very carefully.
Okay.
Does it actually match the company it claims to be from?
Right.
Phishing emails often use sneaky misspellings or slightly altered domain names to trick you, like ma0n.com instead of amazon.com.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to miss if you're not paying close attention.
Oh, that reminds me of a time I almost fell for one pretending to be from Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The email looked totally legit, but the sender's address was something like Netflix support at randomwebsite.com.
Wow.
I was this close to clicking.
That's a perfect example. Another red flag is a sense of urgency.
Okay.
Phishing emails try to make you panic.
All right.
They might say your account has been compromised, or there's a limited time offer you'll miss out on.
Yeah, right.
Anything to get you to act without thinking.
So if my gut says, like, this feels fishy, I should probably just hit delete.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't click any links, don't open any attachments, and definitely don't reply.
Gotcha.
If you're concerned.
Yeah.
Go directly to the company's website or use their official contact info to check if the email is legit. Better safe than sorry.
Okay. Phishing emails. Check.
Yeah.
The sources also mentioned something called social engineering. It sounds kind of intense, like something out of a spy movie almost.
It's not as glamorous as Hollywood makes it seem.
Okay, so what is it?
Social engineering is all about manipulation.
Okay.
It's about tricking people into revealing information or doing something that benefits the attacker.
So, like that time I won a free cruise.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a thinly veiled timeshare presentation.
Oh, no.
I was socially engineered?
Exactly. Social engineering preys on our good nature, our willingness to trust, to help, or even just our curiosity.
Right.
Think about it. If Alex had received a phone call from someone claiming to be tech support, asking to confirm their login details.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to see how someone could fall for that.
Yeah.
Especially if the caller sounds convincing.
That's kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
So it's not just about being like tech savvy. It's about being people savvy too.
Precisely. Always be wary of anyone asking for personal information out of the blue, especially online.
Right.
Double check identities and trust your instincts.
Yeah.
If something feels off, it probably is.
Okay. So we've dodged some phishing lures.
Right.
Learned a thing or two about social engineering.
Right.
But the sources mentioned even more ways these digital ninjas try to get us.
Yeah.
What else do we need to watch out for?
Well, you've got malware.
Malware. That sounds kind of like tech jargon.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's basically malicious software designed to cause trouble on your devices or steal your information.
Like that time my computer got a virus and started playing elevator music on repeat.
Yeah, that's a classic example.
Okay.
Malware can spread in a few different ways.
Okay.
Like through those dodgy links and phishing emails, infected attachments, or even compromised websites.
Right.
It can really mess things up.
Yeah.
Slowing down your devices, corrupting your files, or even giving hackers remote access to your system.
Okay, that's officially getting creepy.
Yeah.
So how do we protect ourselves? Do I need to, like, start living off the grid?
It's not quite that drastic.
Okay.
The sources highlight some practical steps you can take.
Okay.
First up, make sure your devices have up-to-date antivirus and anti-malware software installed.
Okay.
Think of it as your digital immune system. Always on the lookout for those nasty bugs.
And just like our real immune system, it needs those regular updates to stay effective.
You got it. Second, be conscious about the links you click and the files you download.
Okay.
If something seems suspicious, don't risk it.
Right.
And finally, regularly back up your important data.
Right.
That way, even if you do encounter malware, you won't lose everything.
Backup's the ultimate safety net.
Right.
It's like having a digital time machine that can rewind any unfortunate malware mishaps.
Exactly.
And it's good to know that even if Alex had been hit with malware, having those backups could have saved the day.
Right.
Especially if it, like, snatched some personal data.
Speaking of safety nets, the sources also emphasize the importance of secure Wi-Fi networks.
Okay.
We often connect to public Wi-Fi without thinking twice. But those networks can be risky.
So that free Wi-Fi at my favorite coffee shop might come with a side of data theft.
It's a possibility.
Oh, no.
Hackers can snoop around on unsecured networks, potentially snagging your passwords, credit card details, or other sensitive information.
Okay.
If you have to use public Wi-Fi, try using a virtual private network, or VPN.
Okay.
It creates a secure tunnel for your online activity.
Okay.
Making much harder for hackers to eavesdrop.
Like a digital invisibility cloak for my online activity.
Exactly. It adds that extra layer of protection.
Okay.
Especially when you're on the go.
So we've talked about strong passwords, MFA,
Right.
dodging phishing scams,
Yes. Yeah.
outsmarting social engineering attempts,
Right.
and now navigating the wild world of malware and Wi-Fi.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that our listeners need to know to, like, stay safe out there?
Here's the key takeaway from all these sources.
Okay.
Cybersecurity isn't a one-and-done deal.
Right.
It's an ongoing process that requires awareness, vigilance, and adapting to new threats as they pop up.
So kind of like brushing your teeth, you wouldn't just do it once and call it a lifetime, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Cybersecurity needs to become a habit,
Yes.
something we think about in our, like, daily digital lives.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
By staying informed,
Yeah.
practicing good cyber hygiene, and be proactive about our digital security,
Right.
we can all make the online world a safer place.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we can even prevent another case of the compromised customer.
Well said. That wraps up another deep dive, folks. We hope you've learned a thing or two about staying safe in our increasingly digital world.
Yes.
Remember, even small steps can make a big difference.
That's right.
Until next time, stay curious.